welcome back, and we're moving into our first segment for the morning. Dia De Los Muertos, it's coming closer. Ooh, look at the pumpkin, look at the pumpkin. The Rotary Club of Belize Sunrise is in with us. As a matter of fact, in with us we've got Hugo Moguel, who is the president of Sunrise Rotary Club of Belize, and Fabiola Seguro, fundraising team member. Wow. Hey, it's so nice to see you guys, man. Welcome.
Likewise.
And good morning.
Good morning.
Buenos días, since we're in the mood of Dia De Los Muertos. Buenos días.
I like that. So guys, you know, one of the things that, and I've been hearing about this, you know, ever since childhood, Dia De Los Muertos, but we've got a different mental about it. We think, when we think Dia De Los Muertos, it's actually a Day of the Dead, but at the same time we think spirits, we think, you know, so let's jump on into it before we get on into what the event is going to be like. Talk to us about what Rotary Sunrise is doing.
Well, I could start. As you know, Dia de los Muertos is a very special day in the calendar, right? For Mexico, Central America. We, you know, with our culture, move more towards Halloween now, but I'm from the north originally. Dia de los Muertos is a very special day. So in coming up with different ways, you know, we always have a shortage of good adult entertainment. We do a lot of family-oriented events as well. So I said, instead of having Halloween type party and competing with everyone else, let's have something different, right? At Dia de los Muertos. So we devised this event, a very fun event. I'll ask Fabiola to add the details on that, but we're going to be holding it at the Mexican Institute, and it'll be centered around the Dia de los Muertos theme, which is a day, a very special day that you celebrate the dead, you celebrate those that have passed on, your family members, people close to you, people that you want to remember. And it's really a celebration of their life. So connecting that to an event that, of course, we're always raising funds for the community. So it's all for a good cause.
Before we jump into all the details about the Dia de los Muertos, let's talk a little bit about the Sunrise Club and your fundraising efforts and why this is just one of those efforts. How your membership works together to impact the wider community.
Okay, so Rotary itself is a large organization. As you know, we were fortunate enough to have the global president visit us a few months ago. In Belize, we have 8 clubs throughout the country, and the organization is really focused on improving your local community. We, in Belize City, there are 2 Rotary clubs. Our focus is more education and focus on the south side, right? So we were the ones that did work with the Port Loyola Library, up to now the only physical library in the south side. We added a floor, we secured a fence. I mean, this has been a project of ours for years. Added books, a computer lab. We supported several computer labs throughout the south side, different elementary schools, and now focused on St. John's Vianney, which is right around the corner from the Port Loyola Library. We repainted the school. We added 2 new restrooms. We recently added a covered area. I don't want to call it a shed, but it's much more than that. If you know that school campus, you'll know that it was just an open yard. Kids that have lunch here literally were sitting in the sun. So now we have a covered area for them, and also the school can take the kids outside of the classroom and enjoy the outdoors for any special training projects that they want to do. In this light, and it's funny because I really enjoyed your opening segment about healing, about support, right? We've been adding over the last 10, 11 years a lot of infrastructure in that neighborhood, but we haven't gone into now really adding to the human aspect of it, right? Really connecting with the people that we're really helping. And we note that trauma, I mean, Rotary clubs in war zones are doing some of the things that we can now employ here. Liberty Home, that's going to be the focus of this fundraiser. And if you know that place, yes, it's not in the south side, it's in Ladyville, but it's doing tremendous work with children. Children that have been abused, children that have been neglected, children that have been abandoned. So kids like this need that support, need professionals to look after them. And so these things are important to have in our community, and really that's the direction we're starting to take. and also working with other like-minded groups in the community. You know, there's a lot of segmentation. People don't communicate. This one's doing that, that one is doing that. This year we're changing that. We're starting to talk with the other groups. What are you doing? This is what we want to do. Let's see how we could partner up and do it, because we're really trying to achieve the same end, right? So,
how is the Sunrise Club different from just the Rotary Club?
Well, the Rotary Club of Belize, you mean? It's different in terms of our focus. They're doing different projects as well. That was the first club in Belize. But if you note their projects, they're really centered around health, right? Healthcare. So we rather focus on education and children. The Rotary Club as well was where the Kobe Foundation started, right? And we had this discussion actually last night, where you see they've done tremendous work with the prison. So maybe we should find our place at the beginning of the spectrum, starting with children, right? So that we avoid getting to that point. You understand me? So I mean, we know what Belize is. We know it's a country that has a lot of needs, and so there's places that we can then affect and work together in a general sense, right?
You know, I like the fact that you mentioned that it's a country of needs. But let's face the fact, this country, we've got a lot of people who wants to help.
Absolutely.
But it's actually where do we go? Or sometimes we don't know the avenue. And you know, having the Rotary Club and then dealing with children, we empathize with children because we know that we once were. So in terms of all the work that you guys are doing, which is tremendous work and helping areas, especially in the South Side area, if one would want to help and one would want to be a part of Rotary Club Sunrise, what do we have to do?
That's a very good question. I'm glad you asked that. I could tell you, as a businessman, I wanted to do my part. But you have to be realistic, just like you say, and understand what you can do, what your capacities are, time, all these things. You have a family, you have your business, etc. The Rotary Club is the perfect way to bring your talents, your skills, your connections, everything you bring to the table, and putting that together with other professionals, right, that bring the same thing. Everybody brings something else. So there's in terms of vocation, there's a focus on that. You want to get people from different areas because you bring different skills, different assets, different resources to the table, right? So that's one way, instead of doing your own thing where you put it together and then you have impactful change. If you can't be a part of that, because it does require commitment, right? Then you can look forward to events like this, because we advertise heavily, and just support us. Go have a good time, and every dollar that you spend, you know, is going for a good purpose, right? And that's the way we have to do it. And guess what? When you know that, hey, you can give a little more in terms of the most valuable thing you have, your time, right? Then speak to a Rotarian, right? Ask a Rotarian to educate you about the club, what we do, and then see, hey, you know, the Rotarian will then invite you to the meetings, right? And there's a process. It's a process where you attend the meetings, because you need to know that you're ready for this commitment, and the club needs to know that you will be a member that the club wants, and that will bring tremendous value to our efforts, right? So it's a relationship, and I could tell you I've been in this organization over 11 years now, so it's something that you build up, and actually you grow within it. Because I could tell you, I mean, just with these projects, with the different training that's offered through Rotary, I mean, it's also in terms of fulfillment and development. I mean, it's a tremendous resource for that.
You want to join, John?
Fabiola?
You're welcome to join.
Why did you actually decide to join, and what has the journey been like for you?
Because of the same thing as John, you know, you're professionals, and you want to see, you want to help, you want to help the community. You see where there's so many needs. And myself, having 3 teenagers, you know, sometimes you want them to see, hey, look how other kids have it. And you have it good, and you don't appreciate what you have. So come on and join mommy and help mommy do these things, you know. And the journey has been awesome. My fellow Rotarians have been welcoming, educated, and all these projects and everything that's going on, and you feel good about yourself that you're giving back to the community.
Definitely. You know, the perception was always that you need to be rich for being a Rotarian because of those who are actually, who forms the group. That's always the mindset. But one of the things we fail to realize is that it's not about the amount of money that you've got, or it's actually what you could contribute.
Exactly.
And it stems from mentally as well. So can you continue to go on with that for me?
You see, and that's good that you're seeing that, because that's really what we're trying to achieve. You ask about another club, and you ask about our club, and we were started by the first club actually. Several members saw the need and said, "Listen, this city is big enough for another club, you know."
Yeah.
And you know what? And the Rotary president said that we need to look at the next generation, right? The younger people, because these are the people that are going to make the difference. So our club started as a younger set of professionals, right? And it's something now, like what I'm saying about the new types of projects that will require members not to write a check, right? But will require them to get involved, to see eye to eye, face to face the people that they're trying to help. And more importantly now is to find out what the real needs are. You know, you come into a situation where, oh, they need this, they have to get that. Why don't they have this? Let's do that and give them. Anybody bother to take the time to talk to the people and find out what they actually need and what the real problem is, right? So we're among the collaborations, I could tell you we're reaching out to different folks that have done the research in those communities, know what's at the heart of the problem, and seeing now, hey, we want to make change. It's not going to be overnight. I just mentioned over 11 years, so it has to be step by step. But let's start on a plan that involves as many people as possible. And the Rotary International has a lot of assets, a lot of resources. So let's maximize that and let's put that to work in the best way in this neighborhood.
You said something earlier that struck a chord with me, and very often, because organizations are looking to maximize their own visibility, they choose projects in isolation. You're talking about synergy.
Correct.
So how important is that as you develop, you know, your calendar of events that you want to, you know, whether it's fundraising or impact the society, the wider society? How do you look for synergies? And how important is that now as a part of the development structure that you engage?
Okay, so what we've been doing is two things, right? So we've had projects that have been ongoing. You know, we partner with Rotary clubs outside of Belize, mostly in the States and in Canada as well, that want to do projects outside of their country, right? But what we're trying to do right now is conduct a needs assessment of our immediate neighborhood, that Port Loyola area, the school, the library. I think the school is where is really our hallmark now, and that's where we want to push from, right? So number one, conducting assessment. In terms of equipment, we have computers coming next month. We've been working with a group out of the States and also our clubs in Dangriga. They're the ones that are going to receive the shipment, then we're going to distribute. Cool. So who decides which school gets what? You get me? So it's about talking to them directly, doing a complete survey of what the situation is right now, what we need to implement, right? And then we know who to reach out for to get those things. In terms of synergy, the human aspect now, human development, a part of Rotary too is economic development, community improvement, right? Maternal and child health. There are different groups within these communities, like Lauren Burgess, Port Loyola Organization for Women. We've been working with her. Ms. J. Vasquez has REACH, right? That came through Dr. Gale's study, or at least she was involved in that, and the idea sparked to bring wellness, mindfulness into schools, right? So these are things that we can say, hey, we have a club of 34 members, right? You're not going to get 34 people going in the same direction. You can, but guess what? We could have pockets of within our club to say, listen, helping young mothers, right? To get some training, some vocational training, something to earn some income, and home economics, all these things, that speaks to me. So I want to be a part of that. Fine. Then we have 5 people that are dedicated to that. Liberty Home, we have members in Ladyville. That speaks to them. So listen, I want to do something there. So fine, you guys stay in charge, because sustainability is another important thing, right? So it's not just about, hey, we need to check and every time beg for money and then hand it over. That's not how it's going to work. That's not sustainable. But if we have people that can manage it, run it, and we can then apply for grants within the criteria of Rotary International or any other body out there willing to give money like this. And because now we are partnering with the people that actually know what they're doing, have done the research necessary, are skilled, or maybe trained professionals in those fields, now you have sustainability and now you have impact, right? And that's really the focus what we're trying to do, what we're trying to achieve. Right?
Do you all have a goal, and just to get Fabiola in a little bit, in terms of, do you all set a goal, because you're fundraising team members, so do you all set a goal, and how close are you to achieving that? Is it something that you set at the beginning and you work towards?
Yes,
or
we set
is
at
it
the beginning. Every year when we elect our new president and executive board, we set a goal, and there's a team that monitors how we're doing, the fundraising team, and we monitor how we're doing, and we have to constantly have events like these so that we could achieve those goals, and we have to we have to push our sails and say, hey guys, let's do it. We have got to get this ball rolling, and to be able to at the end, when we're going to hand over to the other executive board, we said, okay, well, this is what we did and this is what we accomplished.
Excellent. And I have to say, because the barbecue the other time, out in the front, delicioso. I really enjoyed that. And, events like that is what have people come on out to help, because, you're going out there, you get yours, and there were so many things rather than just, and that's one of the things I've got to say that I love about it, is that it's not just a barbecue. There is always an additional factor to it, something else which you could help with, and that's one of the things I want to give kudos to you guys. And it brings me to 3 de noviembre por Dia De Los Muertos. I hope I say correct. It brings me to the event that will be happening, Dia De Los Muertos, 3rd November, which will be held at the Mexican Institute of Culture and History. Talk to us about the event. What can we find there?
Okay, so it's going to be held, like you said, November 3rd. This is this Saturday, from 7 to 12. We're going to have mariachi, Blue Steel, I believe, it's a DJ. We're going to have tequila, of course. Salpicon, ceviche, tacos, you name it. Door prizes, michelada, free micheladas for the first 100 persons, costume, give prizes. So it's going to be an awesome event. I just want everybody to come. It's a pity you won't be here, because I would have asked you to bring the missus and,
Actually, I could see him in that Dia De Los Muertos all dressed up, right?
One of my best friends in a mariachi. There you go. I love listening to that.
So, I want to, it's a cool, I believe it's a cool event.
Yeah.
It will be a cool event. I mean, nothing that we do isn't cool, but I'm just saying that come on out, and the proceeds of this event, of course, will be to assist the Liberty Children Home, a new project that we're undertaking.
Yeah. This is nice. I see here free micheladas for the first 100 people.
Correct.
All right. Is there a door prize?
Yes, there's door prizes.
Okay.
Best dress.
All right, so $50 to get in there.
Yes.
To attend.
Yes.
And there'll be best dress.
That includes your meal, right?
That includes your meal.
I mean, like Fabiola said, you'll have choice of ceviche, salpicon, tacos. I mean, really going with that Latin American theme, right?
Yeah,
Mexican theme.
I love it, man. This is definitely one of those events you don't want to miss. And again, the proceeds, I love the fact that you guys are actually branching off now to Liberty Children's Home.
Yeah, and you see, if we're very successfully, you asked about target, right? So the immediate projects, these things require money. When you're moving 20 computers, distributing them to different schools. Not only that, but I mentioned the restrooms that we had built at St. John Vianney. We have to do what's called our WASH program. And that's really doing a training program with the teachers, with the students, and tracking the numbers. So, okay, we invested that money there. Let's see what the results are. What is the real impact? So that's the direction that we're heading into. All those things, we have leftover proceeds. Those go go towards those projects, right? Just continuing activity within the community.
And I think, you know, very often people don't look at fundraisers without the D that could actually be fundraisers, because when you party with a purpose or something like that, you know, you're contributing to something because people want to relax and enjoy. So this is a good way to get people to contribute. Now, one other thing that you said, and John said something very early on, and it has stuck in my mind. You know, initially, when people thought of the Rotary Club, it was kind of a more elitist perception. You know, but you talk about contributing your time, your effort, and so how has that evolution been in terms of changing that perception that, you know, it's not just about giving money but giving time, spending time with people, because that's something that the human to human contact that is missing, especially now in an age of social media, where you can talk to somebody on Facebook but never see them face to face. So how important is that in terms of the contributions, and then to tap into what Fabiola said about actually teaching other generations that is important, that you care. Empathy is something that is important.
So several great points there. Let me see if I could catch up now. So you mentioned having fun, right? And coming to the event. And you had asked about finding out more. If you're interested, come to the event, right? You get to meet Rotarians. You get to, you know, you'll be introduced to different folks. Find out what we're doing. And find out in more detail. They'll tell you from day one what we've gone through, what we've done, and what we're planning to do. So this event is a perfect opportunity for anyone that's interested in community work, in sharing efforts for effective change, right? Also in January, we're planning to have a special event for prospective members. So look out for that. Members thinking of other folks that can invite. If you're thinking of it, maybe we didn't think that you would want to do something like this. Give me a call or come to the event, right? And that's how you get started. I got lost in it. No, sorry. I'm so excited about this event and working together with it. But again, you have ideas for a community. Maybe there's a project that you had envisioned or were trying to put together, and we know how difficult it is doing something on your own. It's about collaboration. Come and talk to us. This is the best way to do it. If you do not know a Rotarian as a friend, family member, or business colleague, then come to the event. This is how you get that conversation going, right? The point that slipped my mind was this. When my year was starting, the previous year, Jose Ketz was the president, Javis McGann was part of his board, and she conducted some training, and she did a survey of members, right? Which was wonderful, because now you knew what was important to the individual member at that given time. And you know, to my surprise, you mentioned it right now, that connection, it's about fellowship. They really wanted to be a part of a group. That's very important to them. And I think if that's so important among our members, right, then to the broader community, you get me? So there's people there that may want to do it, may have not had the opportunity to do it. It's not an elitist organization, right? It's especially our club, it's focused on getting younger people that want to help and can bring something value to the table and work positively with each other, right? Really, that's our club. And so if that's what you're interested in, please come, attend, speak to any of us, and we'll tell you the details and the level of commitment necessary.
So it's time and talent.
And I mean, I know you both of you won't be to be able to attend the event. We meet on Tuesdays at Biltmore, 7:30. So if you're interested, you can join us too for meetings and you know, and get to find out more about Rotary and what we are all about. And
I like that you say that as well, because many a times for us, people of Belize, we always advocate for change, but we have to understand one thing, that change firstly starts with us.
That's true.
And as long as we could find within us to change ourselves, then eventually that's how we change our community. And I think the Rotary Club of Belize, Sunrise, or Rotary Club on a whole is definitely a good way to get to change. Now, before we wrap up, because look on the time, no man, Lord have mercy.
Wow.
Time is just flying by. Let's get back once again to the event. So it's this Saturday,
Correct.
November 3rd,
Correct.
Dia De Los Muertos, at the Mexican Institute. Help me out, help me out.
From
Dress up,
Dress
come
up.
ready.
7 to 12. Get your free michelada, tacos, ceviche, salpicon. You'll be able to win door prizes. So you can be the lucky winner.
Not tease me now, door prize, please.
We'll have auctions too. Auctions going on.
Okay.
Good prizes.
Good prizes. So and it's all to give back. Give back to maybe for some reason you can't give your time. But you give me $50, every dollar counts.
And have fun at the same time.
Yeah.
Win a prize, walk away with a trip. I think Tropicare gave us a tremendous prize. I mean, things that you could bid and win, you understand?
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be a lot of fun. Blue Steel songs,
mariachis.
music, and live mariachi.
Mariachis, can't forget.
I mean, you talk about people always say we need something different, we want to do
Yeah.
something different, we don't have enough choice. Here's an opportunity, and that's the events that we've been trying to do are both adult and family, but trying to have a different perspective on
So
things.
this one is an adult
It's an adult theme.
Yes.
Yes.
Adult
and
theme.
safe environment.
Correct.
That's right.
So before you go, however, we have a little game that we want to play. Just
Dia De Los Muertos.
But really great initiative, and of
Yes.
course we want to encourage people to. How can they get tickets?
Give any of us a call or go to Facebook, Belize Rotary, Rotary Sunrise. You'll find the links there. You could message us directly. It's a running ad, so anyone on Facebook will have seen it, you know. So click the message right there or give us a call.
Or just show up, right?
Or just show up. We'll have tickets at the door. It's always good to get your tickets because we have, oh yeah, that's a maximum.
Yeah.
We have a maximum capacity, it's only 250. So once those tickets are gone, they're gone. We can't allow anyone else. So don't wait till that Saturday. You know how that street gets busy and people are going around.
Yes, yes.
It's going to be big. You know, our society, we wait till last minute and show up. But we don't want to turn anyone away. So please call us, buy your tickets. Rotary Club of Belize Sunrise.
It goes towards the Liberty Children's Home in Ladyville. All right. So we're going to play a little game. We're going to test your knowledge of Halloween movies.
Cool.
And their villains.
So I don't have to draw this thing.
No, you don't have.
I don't have to draw the movie.
No, you don't have to draw the movie, but you've got to watch the screen, so,
right,
so you know exactly.
All right.
Jason.
So yeah, the movie, and then who's that?
Jason.
Friday the 13th.
Good.
All right.
All right. The second one.
Chucky.
But the
Yeah.
movie.
I don't know.
Child's Play.
I swear. All right.
Number 3.
Carrie.
Yo.
This one. 4.
No.
Mike Myers.
Halloween.
Yeah.
And you did say the name as well. I heard the name.
Yeah.
All right. Number.
That's one of the recent ones. That is.
Yeah, you're sure. You're right there, Hugo.
Thank you very much. I know that you know. I know it. I got a time limit or what? I know it. I know.
Yes. Dun, 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 dun.
You only revealed that I haven't had my coffee yet.
Imagine.
Don't worry, I'm not a big fan of this one.
Come on.
But
Yeah, it's not hostel. It's
And then.
Oh, The Ring. Yeah.
Yeah. Next one.
Oh, that's It.
Yep.
You don't move at it or something.
All right. He is.
Cougar.
Right.
Elm Street. Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah. Very good.
My favorite, The Exorcist.
What?
I love this. Yes, one of my favorites too.
I don't want, like, what? No.
Even if you don't like scary movies, somehow
hate
these
scary
ones.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, Scream. Yeah, not that old, but that's not really old.
All right. Next one.
The Shining.
That's
I
right.
would never guess this one. This
You know,
weekend.
It's all coming
Jack
back
Nicholson,
to me.
That's Jack
is one of the
Nicholson, way
best
back in the day.
Yeah.
movies
Yeah.
in terms of acting.
Stanley
Okay.
Kubrick
Yeah.
directed it. It's a really good movie. Stephen King
Well, I'll tell you
wrote
what. I'll tell you what. Today, being that you've gotten all of them, I will label you as the champ of the champ of the champ.
All
So for the
right.
rest of the day, anytime they see you, tell them I'm the champ.
I need a trophy, I need a medal, I need something to walk around.
That's the medal. SpongeBob always say it's imagination. But guys, thank you so very much. It
Thank
was a
you for having us,
wonderful,
too.
wonderful time. Dia De Los Muertos. The activity is going to be on November 3rd at the Mexican Institute. It starts at what time?
7.
At 7 o'clock, and it's only $50 a ticket to get on in. And you're helping a worthy cause. Now, that's the best thing about it. My gosh.
All right, so definitely go out and support. We want to thank you both for joining us this
Thank you
morning.
for having us.
Best of luck with this initiative.
you.
Thank you.
And of course, you're always welcome back to come and talk about whatever initiatives your club is undertaking.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We're going to go
Happy
ahead
Halloween.
and happy Halloween. We're going to go ahead and take a break, and when we come back, it'll be all about Halloween trees. Don't go anywhere. Open Your Eyes continues after these messages.